Hey everybody, and we are back for another grocery haul, mostly going to be gluten-free and fresh produce as well. So where I'm at today is a Walmart neighborhood market, and I have a few reasons for that. One is the last time I went to a Walmart supercenter to do a grocery haul, I got a little out of control. I ended up in the clothing section and the housewares and the makeup, and I spent probably double the amount of money I normally would on a grocery trip because I was buying everything else, and I just don't need to do that again. So hopefully this will help rein it in because I think this is primarily groceries. The second reason is produce. When I did go to the larger Walmarts, I felt like the produce was lacking in a lot of ways. They didn't have a lot of organic options. They were out of a lot of things. And in basics that I really needed just to keep in my fridge, I couldn't find them there. So I had to go to a second grocery store just to load up on produce that I normally buy. So I'm trying to avoid that. I want to get everything done in one grocery store trip this time because we are expecting a ton of rain and I don't want to be out the rest of the week. So let's head in there. Let's find some great prices, especially on gluten-free products, and I'll show you what I got as soon as I get home. This neighborhood market did not label their price tags with items that are gluten-free, which made it pretty frustrating to shop throughout the store, and I had to do a lot of research. However, their dedicated gluten-free section was triple the size of any traditional grocery store that I've seen anywhere else. Although they were currently sold out, I was excited to finally find gluten-free condensed soups. They also had multi-packs of snack-size foods, which would be great for kids' lunches. And they had some very interesting snack options, which I'm not calling healthy, but would at least be fun to try. Another great find were allergen-free chocolate chip options. They had 3 different flavors to choose from, and they covered a multitude of allergies, so they just made baking a lot simpler for a lot of people. They also carried Lily's brand, which is Stevia based. So I've made it home. I've got all my stuff that is relevant to this video. I thought I'd just quickly go through most of it, let you know some of the awesome things that I found at Walmart and a few of the disappointments. So let's get right into this. All right, let's start with produce. Unfortunately, I am disappointed yet again with produce. Their sections just are very minimal and what I would call basic in a lot of ways. They did have the Taylor Farms salad kits. None of them outright said gluten-free, but this one, based on the ingredients list and only had corn-based crunchies, I am going to try it. It is the guacamole crunch chop kit. So I was able to get one salad kit for the week. Now, the issue with organic produce there is that they actually had more than the other Walmart that I've been to in the past. But the problem is it was like lesser of two evils. I either get conventionally grown produce or I get the organic produce and all of it is packaged. I mean, to me, unnecessarily, but with certain products, I just don't want to compromise what we are putting into our bodies. So for things like root vegetables and stuff, I have to go with organic, and unfortunately, they're really, really highly packaged. Yeah, so that's that. Even the organic bell peppers, they came in 2 packs in these big old plastic bags. So that's unfortunate, and I don't plan on shopping for produce at Walmart anymore for that reason. All right, oh, one last produce piece. They did have this, and yes, it's not organic, but I couldn't believe this. Huge package, 2 pounds, 8 ounces. I paid $4.98 for these blueberries. That's incredible, and I drink smoothies probably once a day. Sometimes we make more than one a day. And so I fly through stuff like this so fast that these wild blueberries, $4.98 for this big of a bag, such a score. Safe and Fair Food Company, and they make the most incredible granolas I've ever had. This is my favorite, so I got the birthday cake, and this was under $5 for a, let's see, 12-ounce package. So they are vegan as well, gluten-free, non-GMO. Love this stuff so much that they actually had 3 different flavors this time. So the next flavor I chose was key lime pie. I will report back and tell you if it's good, but based on the other one, I think it's gonna be great. They also had an apple pie flavor too, but I thought 2 was enough for this grocery trip. They also carry something I've never seen before. This is the Protein Biotic Oatmeal, and it's instant oatmeal, but it has extra protein in it. So this one has 21 carbs, and it has 9 grams of protein. And again, it's gluten-free as well, and it also contains probiotics. And it wasn't the cheapest thing in the world, but I want to say it was close to $5 for the box, and they have 6 oatmeal packets. So worth a shot to me. I like adding protein into anything I eat, so this looks really good. They also had a different brand from these muffin packets that I talk about a lot. There are so many companies that are making them now, and this is the newest one to me. This one is called Flapjacked, and I got the Mighty Muffin with probiotics again. So this one is the peanut butter flavor, and this one is the chocolate peanut butter flavor. And again, these are gluten-free. So pretty much anything else I talk about is gonna be gluten-free. I don't wanna be redundant for you guys, but these are, and yeah, these are fun. And these are good to just take with you, travel, talked about that a lot as well. Super creamer. We actually like this stuff. It does have MCT oil in it. It's lactose free, and it's caffeine free. So this has a monk fruit sweetener, and I believe it has vanilla flavoring. Yes, this one is vanilla flavored, so they do have a little bit of natural flavors in there if you're not a fan of that. But I overall love this stuff, and I like adding MCT oils and a little bit more protein to my coffee. So this is really good. We like it. All right, let's move over to meats and things. They actually had a really neat, they had Nasoya organic extra firm tofu. I love to always have just at least 1 container of tofu on hand. And we just make it for quick lunches or dinners once in a while. So yeah, that was really good to find that. Their meat, again, we've talked about this before, they have organic grass-fed beef. And this is about, I want to say $5 to $6 for this container. I love buying these packages though because they're easy to pack, easy to put in my freezer. And this is an 85% lean, so this is always a good option. And then they have the, as far as chicken goes, the only organic I found was the organic free-range air-chilled dough, so that's good. I think this is Foster Farms, yeah. So not too bad, and it is $7.43 per pound. But if you're into organic, especially chicken breasts, you know it's not cheap. Okay, a little bit of dairy products and eggs. The what I would call best brand that I could find there today was the Happy Egg, and this is the 18 pack, so that was really good for our family. And these are organic and free range pasture raised eggs, and I do like to try to find cardboard if I can. That's one unfortunate thing about Costco's organic eggs is that they are in plastic. So yeah, these are really good eggs. I do enjoy these, and they're reasonably priced for what you're getting. As far as gluten-free cheese, the only brand that I could find at this particular Walmart that said it was outright is the Joseph Farms cheese. So I just grabbed a block of the Monterey Jack. And yeah, that's the only one that absolutely says it on the back. It says naturally gluten-free. Everything else I would have had to do research, and I didn't want to deal with that. So this was the brand today. They did have Vital Farms as far as the butter goes, which I thought was interesting because I couldn't find it in any other of the options that Vital Farms carries. But I love the butter, so I purchased this, and I think this was like $3.48 for the small container, which is comparable to everyone else. They also carry our favorite salsa, and our current version we like right now is the Salsa Verde from Bobby Salazar's. This may be sort of a California or even a Central Valley thing, I'm not sure, but man, if you can find it, it is so delicious. We love this stuff. Again, the only Parmesan I could find that said gluten-free, very specifically, was the Great Value, which is the Walmart brand. So I was really proud of them for doing that. They probably had about 7 options of different Parmesan or Reggiano type of cheeses in this kind of form, and not one of them said that. So again, Great Value Walmart won out today because they specify on their packaging. Okay, as far as bread goes, I really didn't need a ton of bread right now, but they did have the Char brand of things, and I do buy the little sandwich rolls because it's just nice to be able to have an actual sandwich roll when you need to eat this way. You know, otherwise you just have to kind of go with whatever bread is available, if it is available at all. So yes, this can be deemed as a splurge, but I don't know, sometimes it's just worth it to feel like you're having a normal sandwich. Something thing I found in the freezer section was the Great Value gluten-free 6-inch tortillas. I was really intrigued. I've never seen these before, and I believe they're mostly potato and rice flour based. They do have some tapioca in them, but it's kind of hard to see. If you look in there, they're thicker and they kind of actually have like a toasted look, which none of the ones I've ever bought before look like that. So again, these were in the freezer section, but totally worth a try for us. Another thing we found in the freezer section was this, I've never heard of this brand either. It is called Golden Platter gluten-free buffalo bites. Now I do have a really good gluten-free buffalo chicken recipe, but it is definitely a multi-step recipe and it's kind of a labor of love because you have to make everything from scratch for the most part. So if I can cheat and these are good, then I'm gonna be happy with that. This is definitely gonna be a great appetizer or snack for my buffalo bite loving people in the house. And again, not the cheapest, but it was 18 ounces, so over a pound, and just worth a shot. It's nice and heavy. It'll definitely be 1 to 2 servings, so that's not bad at all. They also had organic stevia in the raw, and if you watched my video on the 3-day cleanse, they asked for stevia to be put in the smoothies, and I've actually fallen in love with those smoothies. I make them almost every morning for myself for breakfast. So for an organic stevia option, I was really happy to see that Walmart carried this. Most grocery stores don't give you this option, so I was happy about that. They did also have a gluten-free brown gravy mix. I've talked about these gravy mixes in the past. This is a different brand to me though. This is Pioneer. So it looks good to me. It's just a gluten-free brown gravy mix. And like I said, I always have some of these on hand just to thicken up something or to throw in maybe the crock pot with a roast or whatever, and I need some form of a gravy. It just kind of helps save time for me, and also it helps to kind of preserve our gluten-free flours because, oh my gosh, the gluten-free flour is so expensive. And by the way, Walmart does carry it, but I didn't recognize the brand, and it was $15 for a probably 2-pound bag. So still, even Walmart, I couldn't find a good deal with flour. I did find, however, Sam's Choice has an organic bone broth, and I didn't see any added sugar, so that's not a bad deal. Oh, I lied. There is a little bit of organic cane sugar, but it's almost at the bottom of the ingredients list, so there's still only 30 calories. So yeah, I was happy to try this. This is the chicken bone broth, organic. As far as canned vegetables go, I didn't really find too much, but you know, they had the usuals, I think Del Monte and a few other brands, but they had organic beans, and I always keep these on hand, especially for my 1-pot chili recipe. I'll put a link to that below if you haven't seen that video, but it's basically a dump and go recipe, and a can of beans goes right into it. So I love having the idea of having organic, and these were, I believe, 98 cents a can, so that's a super good deal for organic. As far as pasta goes at Walmart, they have their store brand, but it's super limited. It's like elbow macaroni and maybe penne. They also had Berea pasta, which I kind of tend to grab if that's all they've got. And then they have the, I think it's Bonza, but to be completely honest, I have not figured out a way to cook that yet, and I don't particularly like it. So I just end up grabbing one of these. I just like to have spaghetti on hand when possible, and it was under $2 for the box, so that was a really good deal as far as grocery shopping goes. Okay, now let's get into junk food. All right. Ice cream, oh my gosh, for those of you who are familiar, they actually carry McConnells, and McConnells outright says gluten-free on some of their flavors. So I did pick 2 of those this time. I picked the Eureka Lemon and Marion Berries flavor. I also picked the double peanut butter chip. Now we do have a peanut butter fan in this home, and that's why you'll see a lot of peanut butter items. So yeah, both of these though were gluten-free, and of course they had other flavors that were non, so you do need to check on the back, but it's pretty clearly stated. Let's see if I can get it in there right here. If it is gluten-free, it says it outright in red lettering, so I really appreciated that about McConnell's ice cream. That was great. All right, they had a couple of versions of this this time, which I was super impressed with. They had this, and then they had one of the other typical cake mixes. I can't remember the company right now, but anyway, they had this in the gluten-free section. And I purchased it because I have been craving, remember several years ago, the dump cake craze? I think like there was about 8,000 choices on Pinterest. Well, it just sounded good again, but we rarely get to do it because it's hard to find this and hard to find it when it's affordable. So I did purchase one box of the yellow cake mix, and then they had blackberry topping. So dump cake it's gonna be this week. Since it's gonna be nice and cold, I thought it'd be a great dessert for the week. All right, last three things that I'm gonna talk about. This one, I may have mentioned this before, but I am so curious about these. They are called Goody Girl. So obviously they are kind of a take on like the Girl Scout cookies, but this one was the fudge striped. And then I believe they only had the mint patty one as well at this particular store. But I have seen the entire line at other grocery stores before. So I just couldn't pass it up. We wanted to try these. So they're Goody Girl. I'll report back and see if they are worth the money or not. And then on my last two items, I've talked about this at the last gluten-free haul for Walmart. It is their great value brownie mix. I cannot believe this is actually my current favorite if I'm going to use a pre-mixed brownie mix. It's so simple, so basic. It just requires some eggs and butter and a little bit of water. But man, I don't know what it is about these. I just love the fudgy taste of them. So super affordable option, worth a shot if you really like fudgy, real thick brownies. Last item I was going to mention is that they just had the basics as far as things like this, but we're going through a chocolate milk phase right now, and this Hershey's Simply 5, it doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup and some other things, so I'm not going to say this is healthy by any means, but they did have it, and this stuff is gluten-free as well, so I just wanted to kind of keep it in the cabinet, so if we need this for ice cream toppings or to make some chocolate milk. So that's that. So that does it for me for the Walmart grocery market haul. Again, not to be confused with these superstores or the even regular Walmarts. This does not carry any apparel or a lot of housewares or anything, mostly groceries. I did have a little bit of an interesting experience there. I kind of started out not so happy because I couldn't find a lot of produce and or deli meats and things that I am comfortable purchasing as we need gluten-free items. So I do still think that I will have to go elsewhere on a regular basis to go grocery shopping. But you know, as I went through, and if you're needing packaged items, they really kind of come through if you do need a few of the processed items or you need stuff to stock up as far as your pantry goes or your freezer goes. It really might be worth a shot to go in there and really just sort of peruse the aisles a little bit and find some things that you can stock up on that you really like, because overall price-wise and option-wise for some of those things, once you really get into the meat of the store, they had quite a few options. So again, will I go there every time I need to go grocery shopping? Not at all, but I think I'll probably go every couple months or so when I need some more brownie mix or if I want to just look for something fun and new. All right, I hope this helps, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite grocery store is to shop, especially if you're looking for specialty items or particular ones for special diets. All right, thank you so much, and until next time, I'll see you soon.